everybody? It's your boy Rail back with another motherfucking review. Oh, it's been a while. It's been a while. Man, like some of y'all know, your boy went on vacation, right? After Mayans, then stopped. I took like a mental health leave. Not nothing serious. No, just one of those things where you're like, all right, let's go ahead, regroup. And with that, went out of town. But, okay, yes, I probably could have still recorded. I probably could have still did some things. But let me talk to you about when you're broke and trying to go on vacation. If I could get a amen from the church on this, when you're broke, okay, and trying to go on vacation, what do you do? Hmm? What do you do? You work overtime at your job. That's right. Rail was working hard, trying to stack money. I was tired. You know what I'm saying? Flights and hotel was all ready to go, but I had no spending money. I didn't have a dime. And did the bills? Did the bills take a break? They say, yo, Rail, I need you trying to go on vacation, brother. We're gonna go ahead and just let you get a month. Well, I mean, yo, we pay bills every month. You think we could pay three, get one free or something every now and then just to show some love? But no, that's not how it works. They want their monies. So yeah, I was grinding, working hard, but I went on vacation. I made it happen. All right. Had a great time, but I'm back. So that means it's time to get back at it. And I saw what y'all was saying here, hence why we're here right now. With Justified Prime City Primeval. Y'all kept saying, oh, Real, do Justified, do Justified, do Justified. Never seen the show. So I said, fuck it, I'll go for it. Watch the whole thing. It's all done. It's a wrap. That's what we're doing. I'm just doing a little, I don't know what this is. Recap, my thoughts on it. You know what I'm saying? We'll get back into it. But before we get into that specifically, we're going back to our Sons of Anarchy. Let me know if y'all want me to do Game of Thrones still. That's a wobbler. I don't know what you want on that one. Do you want Game of Thrones or don't you? All right. What else we had cooking? We had Yellowstone. Let me know if you still want that. And somebody brought it up to me that they wanted me to do a rewatch of Breaking Bad. I don't know. All right, is it has Breaking Bad been enough time for y'all to pull a rewatch? Man, let me know something. All right, I'm taking options. We getting back to work. Right, we going back at it. So the only thing I got for sure is this. Because I'm doing it. And then we got Sons of Anarchy, because we got way too deep to just turn away now. Gonna finish that. All right, so we got two for shows and very few possibles, right? It's a terrible spades hand so far. And of course we're doing Power Book Force for the Tommy in my city one. That'll be coming right after this video. So that review is coming. So yes, those are three for sure that we're doing. Right? Yeah, I gotta do Power, man. It's not I'm too brand loyalty, man. I'm too invested. I've came too far. I'm here. So when Power drops, I'm right there. So it just has to happen. You know, I'm not enthused, right? But you're gonna get it. But anyway, man, missed y'all, love y'all, man. Let's get into it. So quickly, my thought, and I got my phone out, so if you see me looking down, it's because I don't know none of these motherfucking characters by name. Oh no, don't tell me it went back. I don't know none of these characters by name. So I'm be referring. You see me looking down, I'm looking for a name. All right, it is what it is. But like the first couple episodes in, I realized quickly because there was two Justified, right? I didn't know what was happening. There's a Justified, just Justified, and then there's this. So then I quickly assumed, hey, Real, you're way the fuck back. And then like these little, it didn't take till the last episode for me to feel. It was some with him and his daughter. I felt like it was something there that I was missing, that I might need to justify to get a little bit more clarity. And then the end, the last episode made me feel like, oh, okay, yeah, that I needed to watch to really understand this dude. But I'm just gonna give you some characters, just like my thoughts on these characters as I see them straight out. I see what's his name, Raylan, right? That's the star, Mr. Justified himself. So I was like, okay, he's just a good old boy, right? And him coming to Detroit, he's from Miami, So I was very confused with the. Before I knew he was like based in Miami, I thought he was on some Yellowstone shit. I thought he came from the not Florida South, but maybe like a Texas, like like that was my impression. But he was a Florida guy. I was like, okay, all right. I ain't seen many Floridians with the cowboy hat and shit and the cowboy swagger. But what the fuck do I know? It's not like I go to Florida often, so that could be very well true to the fucking state. I don't know. But as a character, I saw what they were doing. Like, as far as I assume him to be, he's like, I'm the good guy. Like, he's the cop that catches you during a crime and is like, "Hey, buddy, it's don't get mad. It's fucked up. Hey, we played cops and robbers, right? You lost. Okay, come on, let's talk about it. All right, yeah, we don't have to make this process hard. Like, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? Tell me who else was with you. I mean, do you want to go by yourself? I'm here to help. You want a lawyer? No problem. I totally understand. It's fine. You ain't gotta talk to me. But yeah, he was like a buddy buddy type. Like, I guess in Detroit, big city vibes or rural city shit. They were trying to impress him with I don't know what they were trying to impress him with, their grit and toughness. And so like they were portraying like all the other cops in Detroit were a bunch of assholes, like regular big city shit. While he is like, look, you get a lot further with bees, with honey, right? So he was just a gentleman. Raylan has just been a gentleman throughout the show. People shot at him, try to run him off the road, try to rob him, talking crazy about him. I only seen him blow his lid one time, and that was over his daughter. And I was like, oh, there's an animal that lurks there. All that goody guy, all that good guy shit went out the window when dude was sitting there having dinner with his daughter. I'm gonna get to her in a second. Got my own thoughts on what's her name, on Willa. But yeah, and he beat the shit out of him outside. I said, oh, okay, no, he's not nobody to fuck with. And I assumed he was pretty good with a gun. I don't know. Somebody with that hat, I automatically assume it's quick draw time. I thought I was gonna get a quick draw scene. I don't know, but I enjoyed him as a character. It was like he was just being nice. Like, I'm solving crimes. I'm getting frustrated, but I'll never voice my frustration. I'm just going to talk at a nice, even monotone. And I didn't like how, like, when it was first, because this whole thing was over who killed the judge. Then it elevated to, oh, the judge was dirty. He's got this book filled with a bunch of dirty politicians and sub politicians, and he got the whole city of Detroit in his book. Right, that black book was extensive, very detailed. Like, it wasn't just like a code. The motherfucker had sentences like, yes, this payment was for freeing so and so because they botched this motherfucker couldn't get his land development out, so he did some heinous shit with his tenants. So yeah, that's good. Like, he had it in full detail. I don't know, pen to pad with the snitching. That's different. That's old school. I do like the judge though before he was killed. That motherfucker, the actor is just hilarious to me, man. Like, I don't see a lot of him either, but he is fucking hilarious, and it don't look like he's aged much. So salute to him. But yeah, what I didn't like, right, is how he comes to Detroit and he was like, you remember the dudes that tried to like rob him and he like turned him in and shit, put him in the trunk or locked him in the car and all this other shit, and they tried to play the race angle like, oh, you're a white man in here doing that. And I was like, that was really heavy on here, ain't shit white. I was like, damn, this is a very. I was like, okay, so Detroit is on bullshit with their whites out there. I was like, I don't know. Usually, right, in like modern big cities, like what would you progressive cities, the whites just are like cool. They like, yeah, I see you all the time. Like, there's no big shock. You know what I'm saying? There's no. You're gonna see black people. I don't know if you're gonna be the happiest about it, but you will act accordingly when you're in the city and you shared with them. So that's why I was like, what the fuck is going on in Detroit? That's on the scale of things. That's a pretty. I don't want to go there personally, there or Cleveland. I mean, I'll tell you what you want from me. But yeah, they were just like white bashing my man. I was like, oh, it's so heavy on the races down there. They got a black judge, got a black prosecutor. I was like, damn, they off of blood, right? I was like, the scales look pretty decent, right? So he was getting this unfair assessment on them, all the while to find out that, hey, My man ain't got no type, right? When I saw Raylan smashing what's her name? Carolyn? Smashing the prosecutor. I said, okay, he getting them auntie buns. He over there smashing TT them. I was like, oh, Raylan getting to the cookout. He did not. Hey, Waylon, Raylan was on ass, literally. So he squashed her. They need an apology. She should, and she never apologized to him. She was one leading the charge on the white bashing, and then get bashed, catching premium strokes by the white man, husband, uncle from Snowfall. He up in there bewildered. It was a heavy white. I don't know nothing about Detroit. I don't know nothing about Detroit. But yeah, it was that, and the whole time she going at him, and then giving up them auntie cakes, and not near an apology, just like a goddamn black woman, just like an auntie. Talk all that shit, right? Find out you was wrong. Do we ever hear that you was wrong? Hell no. What's the question they ask? Well, you want to go get something to eat, huh? And hurry up about it. Like then they rude when they being nice. When motherfucker, you was wrong. So yeah, Raylan, she owes you an apology. Don't take that ass as an apology. She just assumed you was racist in the whole nine, right? The whole time you and the more than willing to clap cheeks, falling in love the whole nine. I was like, what the? So yeah, but then he had what? He had his daughter out there with him on business, I guess, because he's a U.S. Marshal, right? Because I was like, how the fuck is he in Florida working in a Detroit case? But so he was on some martial shit out there, asked to investigate this, right? I'm assuming his relationship with his daughter ain't the greatest, and that Willa, I don't know, man. I hate to talk ill of such a young lady. I'm just talking about the character. That character, she needs her daddy. That's all I'm gonna say. She need that dollar. She need that dad influence in her life because the way she was moving in this show was the whole tendencies were high, huh? I bet some of y'all thinking, real, what the fuck is you coming up with that? She didn't talk to. What did she do that was so hoey? What I'm saying is, sometimes in life you can see a hoe born, right? Like you can see a hoe in its development stages. Right? And hoe is not just for a woman, man. It's for a brother too. You can see a man becoming a hoe right before your very eyes. I'm just saying this is what I saw of young Willa. This is my assessment. I could be totally wrong. Okay? I've only seen City Primeval. All during Justified, she could be a stand-up young lady. I don't know. But I know from what I've seen right here, Raylan she needs her daddy. Raylan needs to be around. Okay, why? Okay, first off, how about her willingness to just hit the streets by herself in like shady locations, right? She's out there haggling with the street merchants. She's walking through back alleys by herself. What do hoes do often that I'm tying these two things? They wander. They wander around. They just in places they shouldn't be. She's comfortable in places she knows nothing about. Hmm? Are you math? Is the math starting to add? She's very comfortable in places she knows nothing about. In the city, kicking it, holding conversations, dolo. And not a near care in the world. She's just very monotone like her father. Just even kill, just, are you gonna do this? Okay. I'll follow you here. What? What, then the psychopath Mansell? Get to him in a second. But he's calling her up on the phone. She's like, am I hanging out with you today? And then just didn't check, phone, left the phone. She don't give a shit. Didn't check in with dad. Just some strange dude, clearly not dressed like a cop. Clearly nothing she's ever had. And she's having the fucking time of her life eating chicken tenders with this strange older man that's got top buttons unbuttoned and just, I'm just saying. I could be wrong on Willa, but the things, right, that I don't know. I saw Ho. First thing, I was like, oh, what's going on with this child? Somebody needs to get her right. Okay, with Raylan being this kid's life. And that's all he wanted to do. God bless him. He was in that situation where it's like, okay, I have to work, don't want to work. But I see that he was like, he's a character that's, he's got to get his man. Like, work is his life. I've already picked up on that. I don't think I gotta know much, but he enjoys his job and he enjoys getting the bad guy, and as such, you're gonna lack in the family department, and that's in any job, especially one that requires you to travel and risk your life and shoot guns. So that's just next level. But yeah, so she was just like she had that very daddy, like you saw the daddy issues right there. Like that's always a golden one, almost a pick me type attitude, which is always nasty. So yeah, but Willa. Okay, that's all. I'm not too much on Willa. Not too much on Willa. I'm just calling him like I see him. All right, that's how I came up with it. Now, let's get into the actual. Oh, you know what? Let me talk about my man Marcus Sweetie. Let me tell you my thoughts on Marcus. You know, Sweetie's he's a filthy motherfucker. I don't know if he's one of y'all like favorite characters. I don't know if y'all liked him during this episode, but I didn't like Sweetie for several reasons. Several. I mean, he set up just some friendly local drug dealers. Like they look like they were cool. These do not look like the drug dealers that hit this block shooting shit up. They look like they were completely about their business. Selling weed, smoking weed. They was cool and they had nothing to do with nothing. I appreciated their vibe. And instead, get set up by a motherfucker they thought they was cool with. And nothing, it's very few things that I hate more than a fucking thief. Right? I hate thieves. Motherfuckers do so well. They work so hard. They build their shit up to get that shit out the mud. And here come yo snaky thieving ass trying to backdoor and then get them robbed. That's one thing to get them robbed, but to get them fucking murdered is a whole nother thing. Sure, Sweetie didn't mean for anybody to get murdered, but what the fuck, bro? Who gives a shit? Like, in reality, now that they knew that you had something to do with it, what? You were just gonna rob them, and they were gonna be like, "Sweetie got us this time. Hopefully, we get them next time." No, you're gonna kill them. They're witnesses, right? There's a chance they come back and bite you in your ass, shoot your whole ass, right? So I didn't like Sweetie for that. Teaming up with Mansell and them to do that to your local neighborhood drug dealer, like that was rude, Sweetie. And I hate his has been ass, and maybe never was. Like, Sweetie always, he remind me of them dudes that everybody got one, bro. On their block in their neighborhood. It's always an older motherfucker who tells you these lavish stories. Like, what was he had the story? Like, I was with the BB King or Stevie Wonder and I had a chance to play, but I was driving out there and then the cops pulled me over. I had some shit on me and that was my music career. Is it something to that effect? Like, oh, the fucking coincidence. You got to trust old people, our elder statesmen, right? With a grain of salt, man. These motherfuckers be up here making a pure fiction. And some of them be so old that they start believing that they old ass stories is true. Right? Because what you can't do with old folks when they talking to you? Huh? What can't you not do? Check receipts. They was not in the internet age. There was no phones. There was no online records. You had to have real ass photographs, right? You can take pics. You had photographs back in Sweetie's day. So unless he had a photograph, right? How am I to know these things? So you just got to take him on his word that these things was happening. So he just felt full of shit to me. I didn't see him. He went. He was a local dude playing local instruments. Happened onto a bar that wasn't making no motherfucking money, and I'm to believe you could have been the world's greatest had you not drove around with some drugs. Like, is that what deterred you? Huh? Little prison time? Did you stop playing? Did you stop going with? And I mean, the music you was playing, it wasn't like you was doing hip hop or shit. You was doing jazz and blues and shit. You could be as old as you want doing that. So it ain't like, oh, I'm too old for this shit. No, you're the right age. Huh? If you're 60, playing the blues and the jazz, you're in the ballpark. So why the fuck didn't Sweetie ever try again? Because he wasn't shit. So I'm trying to tell you, he was full of shit. He never had a chance. He was mediocre. He probably, motherfuckers was just like, And he was fine with smashing local ass. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But everybody got a sweetie. Everybody got a sweetie. Tell you these fantastical stories of yesteryear. Nigga, you was regular. You were ordinary. I don't know. I can't call bullshit on you completely because there was no receipts. I can't be like, prove it. Well, and he'd be like, man, so everybody dead. Hmm? Hmm? I used to play chess with Michael Jackson right before he was, yeah, he was from Gary. I knew his daddy. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You ain't no Joe Nim. You ain't played chess with young Michael. The fuck are you talking about? It didn't happen. It just so happened you stay in the city close to Gary. And no, you didn't know Joe. Stop the shit. You know what I'm saying? I hate that shit. Old people get to get that shit off. But I'm a hypocrite because at the same time, I'm going to do the same thing. I ain't worked out my old man story yet, but it'll be, I got to start getting a few receipts together too because I'm in that age. So I just got to put myself, like, you know what I'm saying? I got to take pictures of places and like people and like me. Like, I got to get it together, but I'm going to put together one hell of a story. It's going to be one hell of a lie for my grandkids and their great grandkids. All right? So yeah, I'm a hypocrite. I hate when they do it, but I'ma do it. I'ma do it. Hey, I'm tired of hearing other people's shit. Might as well get my shit off. You ain't gonna be able to check it. Huh? Maybe streaming won't even be a thing. Maybe they won't even see this episode. YouTube will be too old. I don't know. The technology, the way it move fast. Maybe I'll just go in and delete this episode. Fuck. Cover my tracks. But yeah, so that was my take of Sweetie. Carolyn, I wasn't mad at her. She had a piece of shit ex-husband who cost her money, right? The judge she worked for was a piece of shit. She deserved to be a judge. Didn't ever play the game. My girl just wanted to do her job and elevate. Like that was it. Bunch of fuck niggas coming in and out of her life. Sweetie was her like father figure, so she really knew what a no shit motherfucker was. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a bullshit artist. So she knew them coming. So, which surprises me. Like, how did she not see her husband coming? Oh, that's a good question. What if you were raised by Sweetie? I would have sworn you would have seen a motherfucker like Jamal coming. Like you would have seen him a mile away. So I don't know. That's interesting. But I really ain't had no beef with her. She was protecting the shit out of Mansell. Knew he was a piece of shit, but was doing her job to the letter of the law, as we can only hope our lawyers do if we were guilty and needed their help. Like, okay, hey, check it out. I did it. All right, yeah, I fucked up. Can you help me? Get me out of this. Make it so that it never happened. How much does it cost? All right. OJ prices? Sure, whatever. If I got it. But yeah, but as it stands, she was really regular. Like her as a character, there wasn't too much depth to it. It was kind of run of the mill. Manziel was the one who really spiced up her storyline and like made her shit worthwhile. I mean, even her affair with Raylan, like their jungle fever shit, wasn't even that. It wasn't a big deal. It just wasn't. There was no hot, steamy scenes. There was no. They basically, and they didn't even really tell each other much about each other. Like they gave very little info. He gave even less. So outside of him just liking them chocolate cakes, I don't. There wasn't much there. Like I wasn't impressed. But the star of the show was Manziel, obviously, because he was just a fucking psychopath. He was out there murdering shit, stealing shit. He was killing people in abundance, right? Who was after him? Was it the Albanians? Yeah, the Albanians. He was into it with the entire city of Detroit and was moving freely. And I knew it was something more to that, but I felt like it didn't get into detail. Like, what's that chick, Maureen? When she helped him out, I thought it was a bigger conspiracy, like a deeper, darker criminal link, but it just wasn't. The show, Manziel was cool as a character, right? A wannabe singer, really a psychopath, like a sociopath, lack of care of life, and his chick was equally as dumb as he was. Like she was really irritating, and I guess the most enticing thing about him was how he was always so fucking lucky, or he just because he wasn't like a mastermind. He just was doing shit and just was getting away with it, and it was just pissing Raylan off. So I enjoyed to see that frustration over like, I just can't get this motherfucker. Like every episode you're like, oh, this is it right here. He's got the murder weapon. Yeah, he's got him. Hook, sign, and like he got him. He got him. And then here come the Albanians jumping in people's business. Fuck that up. They come in just in time to throw away the only murder weapon he's been working hard to get. And it's like, oh, he shot the judge and he hid it at Sweetie's, and then Sweetie found it, so they bust down the door looking for the gun. Guess what? Sweetie found it and using Manziel just to get murdered by Manziel. His girl fucked up with the gun, supposed to throw it away, felt like somebody was watching. That looked about right. Right? She seems like the type. I was like, that's on cue. And I'm just like, he just kept getting lucky. Like, shit just kept working out for this man somehow. And he took it as, well, I guess I was meant to keep murdering and extorting. So, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to threaten the cops. I'm going to threaten the prosecutor. Huh? He was running around threatening important motherfuckers, smirking. He was tooled up like he made it to jail a couple times, came right back out. I said, this motherfucker's a magician. I've never seen somebody so openly guilty move around. And I don't know if that's like a shot at the Detroit like judicial system. Like, is that what the writer was trying to say? Like, look, in Detroit, you get your shit off. All right, if you're a criminal and you having a tough time criminalizing shit where you at, come on down to Detroit. Huh? Get your shit off. That's what I took from it. I was like, what the fuck? Nah, Chicago ain't no goddamn peach. Right? There's a lot of killers moving about freely because the cops was just like, yeah, well, that person will die at some point. Why even look for him? Right? I like that's just the feel of it. Like, just don't fuck with downtown and don't fuck with tourists. All right? Like, that's where they draw. That's where they'll do some real investigative work. Other than that, they just watching these young niggas IG lives and shit. And they self snitching nowadays anyway. So, but yeah, I'm like, I don't know if this is Detroit. They got you looking nasty out here. If you have a Manziel out here running around, and I mean, he's an obvious target. Like, they all in the hood. It's the only white dude in the hood. I'm like, he's right there. He's fucking killing everybody. He killed my dealer. He fucking killed my bartender. Like, my nigga. Like, he killed my judge. Like, he right there. What does he look like? Fucking white guy. where he shouldn't be. Like, I don't know. Like, Manziel was a different type. But the reason I didn't break it down episode by episode is because there was no depth to this show. Like, maybe the OG Justified, maybe there's some character development, there's some relationships. This felt like just, what it was. Like, it looks like Justified had a series and they wanted to wrap it up with this one or try something or get him out of Florida or something like a long ass movie, right? That's what it felt like, just one long ass movie. So as I'm watching, I'm like, there's nothing to guess. There's no hot take to take. Like, Manziel was so bold with it. Matter of fact, the only thing I was curious about, the only thing I was like, what's going on, was, is he having help? Is somebody on the inside helping him? And are we going to figure out who that person is? All to find out that I was wrong. There was no other person. Like, he just was doing whatever, and the cops just wanted to get somebody, and they just pinned it on another motherfucker. Like, they said, we're tired of fighting with Manziel. He keeps winning. Let's just get this bipolar black guy who, or who be on drugs all the time and has done something bad. So fuck it, let's get him. I'll take a W. A W's a W. Let's just get this shit over with. So I was just like, okay, so there's nothing deeper there. There was nothing to break down, guys. Like, not every show is real reviewable. Episode by episode. Like, I can watch all in its entirety like I've just done now and just give you my thoughts on it. Like, as a show, as like this season went, it was cool. It was just cool. Like, the way he finally got Manziel, he sat there and waited while this nigga broke through her glass like the Kool-Aid Man to come kill her. Didn't even have a gun on him. I thought that was right. And then Raylan smoked his ass by the refrigerator. So, I'm like, Okay, he's dead now. And he's just like, why did you kill me? Like, I don't know. And and Ian Manziel murdered the entire Albanian syndicate in 3 minutes. I was like, are we serious? These motherfuckers were so spooky, ripping out a young lady's teeth, huh? Getting into shootouts with the cops on the street. These motherfuckers was not. They look like a force to be reckoned with. But duh, if you want to beat the Albanians, just go into the old folks' home where they all kick it and shoot them with damn near one clip. He took a 16 shotter and didn't waste a bullet. Killed the head honcho, all the minions, and got the fuck up out of there. How he was released from his death prison wall. The crippled dude all of a sudden is like, yeah, fuck this. I gotta get my get back. Let me hobble my ass on down there. Dolo, huh? Open the door. Dumb as shit to get beaten to death. Like it just was. It was. I was like, whatever, man. Whatever. Meanwhile, Raylan is just rolling around doing what, like he's like Raylan is just kind of going with the flow of the whole thing. As far as police work, he didn't even do that for real. Like if we being for real, all evidence was handed to him. It was all handed to him. It wasn't like he was like, oh, I think he'll be here next. Let me investigate. Oh, I know I got him. He was there, and if we go back, he didn't even do no like fancy police work. The fucking Manziel did crimes. He showed up. Manziel might have still been hanging around. Manziel was taunting him. He was bringing the evidence to him. That murder weapon, the big gun, the gotcha, was placed in his lap. The motherfucker didn't even do police work. So I don't know if I had to rank it, or I mean, like if I have to give it a score out of 10. Oh man, I'm gonna give it better than mid because I like the acting. The acting was good. I'm actually a Timothy Oliphant fan. I like the roles he does. Right? He's a good dude. I like his acting, and I like the cast they had. So the show, the season was mid. I want to give it a 5, but because of the acting and the actors, I'm gonna be biased and give them 6.5 or 7 because they staffed so well. They went above and beyond in the staff and the acting department for such a mid-ass storyline. That's very rare that you get quality actors. They act with quality, but the story is the one that's lacking. Usually you get a fantastic storyline or what could be, and the actors ruin it by being bad at acting. And you be like, And then, or you get a bad story, bad actors, and you got a bad movie. Very, and very not so often do you get good actors acting well with a weak story. It was almost like, why? Why are we doing this? But I was entertained. I was looking forward to it every week. But yeah, man, if y'all have any thoughts on this, if I'm missing something, I'm pretty sure because I didn't even see how many episodes Justified has. So it's probably what I'm doing is probably being very blasphemous to some people. I could see this being somebody's favorite show, and they're like, "Fuck you, Rail. Okay, you don't know shit about Raylan. Willa is not a little whore in the making, and I get that because I came ass end of it. I mean, and even the ending, I definitely knew. They had my boy, what's his name? I fuck with him. Boyd Crowder, that motherfucker's a psycho and a terrific actor. Like I love that dude. He acted his ass up. What fucking what's that he was in my shit Prison Break. Loved him in Prison Break. Um Loved him in that oh, I'm drawing a blank. This is bad. That that Quentin Tarantino movie with Samuel Jackson. I know you're like, what, everything? No, the one where they were like, in that shack. God damn, I'm like, in the snow. And they was all trying to figure out who killed the people. They're like, oh, I'm hating myself right now. Like, I've watched that movie like 5 times. I'm just drawing a complete blank, bro. I'm sorry. I apologize. But y'all know what I'm talking about. This is the only movie with him, Samuel Jackson, the Quentin Tarantino film. But yeah. Damn, I loved him in something else. Shit, everything else. Wasn't he in Sons? He was in Sons. Fuck it. That dude is a great actor, man. I can't even think of all the movies. I feel like I've seen everything he's in, and he was in Predators. Very slept on version of Predator. Loved him in that. You got a gun? Huh? He got a gun. I want a fucking gun. Love that dude. He's great. So I see that he was in it apparently. So he must have been from the earlier Justified shit. And that made me go, damn, he was in. Okay, I kind of want to go back just for him, because if he's like a main bad guy, which he has to be, because that's what he plays well. I'm like, damn, I might go back and see. I might go back and watch just for that dude. But he's escaped, and I guess Raylan is like, I don't want to chase him. So it seemed like that's his nemesis. That's what I got from that. But this little one-off or whatever this was, I don't know if there's gonna be more Primevals. I don't know, but this one was very mid. That's my thoughts on it. But I hope y'all enjoyed that, man. Welcome me back. Yes, that's right. That's right. Welcome me. Come on, clap it up. Your boy's back. All right. Not gonna take any slander. You're gonna be wanting to talk a lot of shit like, where the fuck you been? You on that bullshit? Come on, man. I'm Mike. We're doing this now. Oh, and give me some ideas, man. But oh God. Cause y'all know how I roll. Like, I'll do what y'all ask me to do. But if the numbers don't support it, Rail's not gonna waste his time. So if you are suggesting the show, like say a Breaking Bad. If you're like, Rail, I really want you to do Breaking Bad. I see a bunch of Breaking Bad. Like, yeah, it's time for a rewatch. Fuck it, add that to the queue. I add it. If motherfuckers ain't watching it, I'm gonna shut down the studio. I'm like Puff. Like Dave Chappelle on that skit, shutting down the studio. We're not gonna do it. So if you really want me to do something, I suggest you really watch it when I drop it, and I really suggest you share it and tell other motherfuckers to watch it, because I will shut down production if I don't see the numbers. It just don't make sense. If people ain't into it, why are we doing it? Why are we doing it? Right? Unless it's something I'm really into, and I don't give a motherfuck. I don't care if you know me. I don't care if 30 people watching it. If I love the show and want to talk about it, God damn it, me and my 30 gonna be rolling. Rail ain't changed. It's the same Rail from 2-3 years ago with his 15 loyal subscribers getting to it. Alright? So with that, man, protect your health, yourself, and your wealth. Your boy Rail is out of here, man. Peace. Yo, I know I don't need no introduction, but y'all know who it is, man. It's your boy Hollywood Rail. And I appreciate you for sliding through and watching these videos. But you know what I need from you? Alright, if you ain't already, I need you to like this and subscribe this, man. We at 1,000 trying to get to 2, alright? Push it for your boy. Get them algorithms up. So when it come to that subscribe button,